All right, everybody, we got manager Bud Black here. We'll go ahead and start with Thomas. Go ahead, Thomas.
Yeah, buddy. Throughout this year, even when things have gone bad, it seems like these guys continue to try to do something to get in this game. What about that defense at the end of the game for you in these seventh?
It was a great, it was a hard-fought game again. I mean, what a day of entertaining baseball, right? Both games coming down to the end, extra inning game in the second game. But you're right. We made some plays there in the 10th. Tapia, good reaction to their base runner halfway. Didn't make an accurate throw, but Mac made a hell of a play to pick it and go tag the bag before Caratini got there. Diaz with a terrific throw right on the bag to get a speedy runner. Diaz has done that a couple times to win his games with his defense. So even though he's not hitting, it's not affecting his defense, which is, says a lot about him. The guys played hard. Josh had a big day, obviously, in game 2 with the homer and the walk-off. So, somebody asked me in the first game, if we were down, hey, listen, it's tough to get beat in a hard-fought game, but it showed the resiliency and the character of this group to come back and play another good game. I mean, we made a couple miscues, but our pitchers sort of absorbed them, made some pitches. It was a hard-fought win. Well-deserved, I thought.
Hey, also with Diaz, from your point of view, what did you see on the tag at the plate? I know they challenged it and it stood up, but what did you see on the tag?
Well, it's a good play. I mean, when the infield's in, Mac made a strong throw. Cronenworth was going on contact. It's a play that we practiced in spring training. Not so much practice accuracy. Catchers practice tags, and it was executed perfectly.
Thanks, buddy.
Next, go ahead, Patrick.
Hey, buddy. Hey, Josh was scuffing a little bit. I think 1 for 13 his last 5. What do you think this can do for his confidence level a little bit? The 2-run homer and then gets the big hit to win the game.
Well, for me, Josh is a very, he's an emotional player, and he cares a lot. And I talked to him the other day about, not beating himself up over, the recent, some recent at-bats or the last couple of weeks. He's trying so hard to get hits. Sometimes that works against you. So, we talked a little bit about, getting back to enjoying the game, which he does. He loves playing. He has a great passion to play. And don't have it, correlate with how many hits you get. So, a game like today, hopefully will make him relax and get back to enjoying the game and, playing with, a smile on his face and enjoying what he's doing. That's the best version of Josh, is enjoying playing. And I get it, when you're scuffling, it's hard to enjoy it, but you're still out there on a big league field competing, and hopefully today will, help him unwind a little bit.
Themselves. After his last start, Austin Gomber was, at least with us, was very hard on himself. But he came out today, from my vantage point, buddy, pitched a very solid game. I'm curious what you saw from Austin today.
Yeah, agree. The only, the walk to Machado there in the 6th was, a little bit probably by design. He didn't want to, give in to him when he got behind the count to a big power hitter. But besides that, I thought he threw the ball outstanding. Really good curveball, good tight slider, some changeups, fastball located. I thought he threw the ball great. I really did. The only, maybe the only mistake he made, he tried to go inside to the shortstop, and he hit the line drive to right center that scored their run. But besides that, I thought he was in control of the game. And really, it was a hard decision for me to make there at the end, Patrick, to take him out. But I just felt that, you know, where he was pitch count wise, and Daniel was fresh, and I thought the matchups there in the sixth, favored Daniel, and Nola had a couple base hits off Austin, but he pitched great. He really did. I was really proud of him to bounce back after his last start.
We'll go to Owen Perkins next. Go ahead, Owen.
Yeah, Bud, could you just talk about Josh's 2 at-bats, what you saw in those at-bats? No, I mean, not the 2 at-bats, but the 2 big ones.
Well, the first at-bat, Snell's got good stuff. I mean, he was a little bit erratic, but threw a first pitch fastball to Josh for a ball, and then looked like a changeup. It was in the middle of the plate, and Josh was right on it, squared it up, hit that ball well. As you guys know, the ball wasn't really traveling these last couple of days, cold, and a little bit of wind, I think, was knocking some balls down, but that ball was hit well. And then that last one was just a ball up in the strike zone. Josh got on top of it, hit it to where Grisham couldn't get it. And Grisham seems to get everything here. He's a really, really good defender with a great deal of range, but he was playing just maybe a little bit in, to guard against the single, so nothing really would drop in front of him. And Josh just, hit it far enough. He crushed that ball too. But 2 good swings. The homer was a great swing. That walk-off hit was another great swing that he squared up. And, Josh got a good swing. He's got to trust it. A lot of time, players will tinker with their swing, but those were 2 really good swings by Josh.
And I think he had a couple games off going into this. Were you seeing anything from him during that time that led to this?
Like I said to Patrick, I think he was just pressing, right? I think that, just a little bit anxious. I thought he expanded the zone a little bit in St. Louis and maybe some at-bats before that. It's tough to expand the zone in the big leagues against big league pitching. It's really hard to get hits, and big league defense is different than minor league defense. So it's just hard. You really got to hit strikes in the big leagues. And Josh did that today with 2 good swings.
And sorry, to clarify, I was asking if you'd seen anything in those days that he was off and the work that he was doing that saw this coming.
The rain out on Monday, he was in the cage working. He's a great worker, right? And he watches video and he does all the correct things to prepare to play. But I think the biggest thing that he needed to do was just exhale.